a really neat experience. We got a sneak peek of the pilot for a TV show, interestingly enough, named Franklin Street Station. However, we weren't the only local presence on set.
We're shooting a television pilot for Franklin Street Station, which is a centerpiece of Reading's history of the Reading Railroad, and we are shooting a pilot for what we hope will be a series, and this is a project, Santo Marabella, and I'm happy to be along as co-producer and director of the piece.
Now look, we have one shot at this. We've got the best people to work with. I couldn't ask for a better team. I handpicked and asked these people, and I'm excited that everybody I asked said yes. So we have a great team. We have fantastic performers. 7 of our 12 performers are Reading-based or Reading natives, and that was important that we wanted to, and the other 5 are amazing as well.
I'm Colleen Ryan. I'm playing the role of Kathleen, and I'm originally from Reading, but I live in Los Angeles now.
And we have a story that's, engaging, that's fun, but it draws you in.
Santo's a dear friend, and his sheer determination to get things done makes it really hard to say no to him. He came to me less than 3 months ago. He said, I have an idea for a television show. I want you to help me with it.
Well, believe it or not, I was back from my mom's birthday party, and she told me about the auditions, which were the same day as the party, and lo and behold, I went, and here we are.
I am the line producer. A lot of my work comes before the shoot day, organizing. Mostly I'm logistics is what my job is, which means a lot of things. Organizing people, organizing the location, a little bit of everything.
3 weeks later, he's like, I have a first draft of the script, would you look at it?
The importance of this story, well, like I said, it's because it's about Reading's history.
4 or 5 weeks later, he's like, here's the schedule, we're gonna shoot March 9th.
One interesting factor about it is that it does have a taste of magical realism, which is actually rather popular right now. The fantastic and the impossible is becoming much more mainstream, and that's where this story falls into that category. So I think that's an interesting aspect for this project.
But we have to prove ourselves. We have to demonstrate that we know what we're doing. Production values are going to be great. Performance is going to be awesome. Story's going to be compelling.
Are you kidding me? Like, that's a crazy production schedule, but here we are. It's March 9th, and we are setting up for a very aggressive shooting schedule over 2 days. We're shooting in 2 days what we should be shooting in 5.
I think the story that Franklin Street Station is going to unfold is really fascinating. I think there are so many elements to it that people will relate to. There's the historic element, the character-driven element, the time period, and just the constant surprises, things that are revealed, are going to make it a really engaging production. So I'm really excited to be a part of it.
There's the blurry line between fact and fiction and story and reality. Certainly we're not trying to tell the history of the Reading Railroad, but we really are trying to demonstrate and recognize what a beautiful treasure we have here in Reading in our history.
I saw a posting on a casting website called Backstage, and it looked interesting. The story piqued my interest, and then I saw that Santo listed a little bit about himself, and I saw that he's from Reading, which was on the map for me because I had seen a play called Sweat on Broadway by Lynn Nottage, and it said that he had worked with her, and so I looked him up more, and I was really impressed with just about everything about him, and then I was impressed with Tracy, the director. I was impressed with the whole team.
I have 3 seasons planned with 6 episodes in each season, and what I found is that It was helpful in writing the pilot because after I did this, I went back to the pilot and put things in that weren't there as setups. And I also, I think it helped the actors a bit to get into character, to understand where their character might be going. I didn't tell them everything, but a lot of what we saw in the vision really helps them understand going forward.
It kind of has a draw for me. I have an affection for this area, and then I have more of an affection for Reading because of Sweat, because I felt like I knew the people.
So it's not that there's anything wrong with our history, it's that it's history. It was. And so with projects like this, and projects like This Is Reading, and other projects, that becomes now Reading is, and what Reading could be.
I'm just looking forward to working with this cast because it honestly, in every aspect, appears to be one of the best casts that I've ever been a part of. From the fact that everyone just seems so together already. We've only been here for less than a week, but everybody feels so connected. So I'm just ready to see how much we grow together over the course of this production.
It's exciting and I love doing it. And I just recently got back into it after being, absent from any acting for quite a while. And to get something like this it's mind-blowing. But I just really am excited that something like this is happening in Reading and great people I'm working with.
When Santo originally posted and started talking about it, I was really interested. And I read the script and I love the narrative and I love the potential that this has. And I like telling stories, and this is a really good story to tell, and it was local and I wanted to jump on it. So I talked to Santo and we made it happen.
A lot of times we are stuck. And the best stories are universal. The best stories connect with people. It just has to be more than just me and a great group of friends, but it has to really speak to a lot of people. And so I began to think about this notion of being stuck. Sometimes we're stuck for an hour, sometimes we're stuck for a year and maybe longer. And then I wonder what helps us get unstuck. How is it being stuck?
I'm playing the character of Lenny, who happens to be the ticket master. Nice little eccentric little guy who probably shows up to work every day and never calls in sick.
Franklin Street Station, I woke up one morning, I was laying in bed and, just scrolling through my phone on film.org looking for cast listings, and I saw Franklin Street Station there. I saw it, I was like, oh, this is good. Clicked on it, read the synopsis. Santo did a great job of listing the characters, a brief synopsis of what the show is going to be about. Went to the audition process. Everything was great from top to bottom. They had little flashcards for us, so everything was nice and organized.
Well, I heard about it from Santo Marabella. I read it in the paper. I wasn't sure I could participate because I was doing some other theatrical endeavor. And he had mentioned that there were auditions coming up, and that's how I heard it. Paper and from Santo.
I was 16 years old in 1981. And I felt a real connection to the 70s. So I kind of I didn't want to go forward, I wanted to stay, 81. So it's a little earlier, but it's that kind of feeling that Joe has. He's he doesn't want anything to change. So I know that. I was very slow to change. I was born in the same house, I grew up in the same house. So transition was not my forte. So that's how Joe is, even though he would never let you know that because he's just kind of a sleazy guy. But deep down he has something. Maybe it'll be discovered some far away time for him, but so I can relate to that. I understand that, not wanting to move forward. It's a Peter Pan sort of thing,
I'd always heard of Reading, but I'd never actually been here until the audition. It's really nice though, coming up here, coming here, driving, you see, it's beautiful.
No, I'm just looking forward to doing it. Looking forward to this weekend, and hopefully it'll be a smooth shoot, though it's not typically the case, but we'll see how it goes. There's always it's nice this time to be able to get set up here, and work on a little bit beforehand, so then you can maybe erase some of those problems that will inevitably come up. So no, nothing specific. We'll let it play out, see how it goes.
This has got to be the most documented shoot I have ever been on. I have had the camera on me more than any of the actors or anything like that. It's insane, right? I feel so watched.
You love it.
I do. I love it. It's got to be the most documented shoot I have ever been on.